What's going on, everybody? You rocking out with your guy, Neil Legend, and I'm bringing you Let the Conversation Begin. Guys, I'm not even going to do no promotion. I would love it if you do it, but I'm not because I want to go ahead and get right to it. I want to say, disclaimer, this will be a sensitive topic. So if you're not ready for my opinions and if you feel like you're going to feel some kind of way, I ask you to leave the channel now because I'm going to speak very candid. I'm going to speak very direct, and I'm going to speak my heart, and I'm going to speak my truth. With that, I'm about to get into it. You see? No promotion. But guys, we already know we watching the NFL, and the other day on January 2nd, 2023, the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals was facing one another. And it was a very, very important game before the situation that happened on the field. So Damar Hamlin, he was tackling number 85, T. Higgins. That's who he was tackling. And if you watch that play, if you was watching the game in the first quarter at the 6 minute and 7 second mark, you will see Damar Hamlin was actually tackling T. Higgins, but it looked like T. Higgins was tackling Damar Hamlin. And what I mean by that, he dropped his shoulder and he just drove his shoulder into Damar Hamlin's chest. At that moment, Damar Hamlin, he actually made the tackle. He got up. Everything looked like it was all right. Everything was good. He stood straight up, and immediately he just collapsed. He fell back, and that was it. We didn't know what was happening. We didn't know what was going on. And then we started to see CPR being admitted to him. And they had to bring out the defibs. And it's very serious. Guys, it's very serious. Like I told you, it's going to be a very touching story, especially what I have to say. So, just stick with me, ride with me, or ride along. After they do that, he get rushed to the hospital, and the game stopped. Of course, the game stopped and everything. But what happened, the game never resumed. And I was like, I understand why the game didn't resume. But I didn't understand why the game never started back after some time passed. And guys, what I'm about to say, I didn't say it earlier because I did want to be sensitive to a lot of people. I wanted to not feel insensitive, and I knew I would have got some backlash. My personal opinion, they should have finished the game. Yes, I said it. They should have finished the game. Now, I don't mean they start playing the game immediately after Damar Hamlin's getting carted off the field. You could take some time to recuperate, to get your thoughts together, the get your stomach back tightened, and then you go out there and you play your hardest. They didn't do that. Everybody, all social media platforms, everybody that I know, everybody is saying they did the right thing. I even was on a post with a good buddy of mine was saying that they should just do away with this game. Like, there's no use. They should just one team should forfeit and one team should elect not to play, and it should just be a draw. I even agreed with that, but even in agreeing with that, I was like, nah, because I'm an athlete. I always been an athlete, and I think of this differently. See, I think us as people, we want to take the sentimental route. We want to be there for them. We want to show them that we care. Then I asked myself, how will we be there for them? What is the best way to show them or him or her that we actually care? What is actually the best way? And in my mind, The best way is to finish what was started. Man, a lot of people didn't like that. I talked to a friend here. I talked to a coworker there. I talked to, some other people, and everybody think I'm crazy. They say that I'm stupid. They say that I'm dumb. Another person said that I'm speaking nonsense, and everything that happened, they just put a lot of emphasis on it. It was like I was about to say my real name. They were like legend. He collapsed on the field. His heart stopped. They had to administer CPR. They had to bring the D-fields to get this dude to survive. And then he had to get rushed to the hospital when he was in a coma. And he's just coming out. Are you serious with the stuff that you're saying? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Yep. Yep, they should have continued playing the game. My conviction is real on it. Didn't nobody understand? Didn't nobody care? Wasn't nobody really listening? And I want you to take a drive through your mind and let your brain drift in what I'm about to say. If you ever had a athlete's heart, or if you ever been competitive in your life, what would you do? What would you want to happen? Think about you. See, we thinking about consoling and loving and making sure you're okay. Yes, we're gonna do that before, during, and after. We're gonna do all that. That's gonna happen. I ain't saying that, and I'm not saying the Skip way. That way was just wrong, and I don't know what possessed him to make that tweet. Skip Bayless, you should be ashamed of yourself. Being honest, I'm thinking about that athlete. I'm thinking about me. I'm thinking about what happened. If that happened to me. Before I go any further, I want to read what Damar Hamlin actually wrote. This was reported by ESPN and SportsCenter on Instagram, and it reads, Doctor says after Damar Hamlin awakened last night, he asked in writing who won the game. He asked who won the game. Doctors told him, yes, you won. You won the game of life. He don't want to hear that mess. He want to know who won the actual football game. He wasn't talking about the game of life, and I ain't getting mad at the doctors. They did what they were supposed to do. That's what the doctors were supposed to say at that moment. But we know as people what he was talking about. We know what he was saying when he said who won the game. Because any of you athletes out there, if this happened to you and you was able to come to a day or two or three later, you would hope that your team played the game and won. But even if they lost, you would hope they gave a valiant effort to win because of what happened to you. I'm just talking about Damar Hamlin's situation right now. It don't make sense. And I don't understand why people acting like it was a bad thing to continue the game later on that night. I don't get it. He's an athlete, guys. I want you to picture this right here. Which one sounds better? Which one feels better? Which one would you put yourself on? Which one would you put yourself beside? You a football player. You tackle the opponent. You get knocked out. Almost lost your life. But you come back to life. What is your mindset? What is your thought pattern? Is your thought pattern, did everybody stop? Did the game stop? Was everybody holding hands? Was a lot of people kneeling? Was there a multitude of people crying? Did people rally around me? Were people sad and upset? And is that your mindset? Or Is your mindset, I just put my life on the line. I was on that field. I gave everything that I got. I tackled this man. My heart stopped. They brought me back to life. I'm in the hospital. I'm doing better. I left it out on the field. Did my team win the game? Think about that. What side would you be on? Because this young man, he only 24 years old. He almost lost his life for the thing he loved to do. And I'm going to be honest. I do not think he's going to want to quit. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. I don't know if he's going to be able to do the thing that he loved to do anymore. So what is the best way to honor this man? What is the best way to love him? What is the best way to support him? Go out there on the field and play your heart out, because he almost gave his life for the thing he loved to do. And if this was to happen to an athlete, I'm pretty sure they would want their teammates to go out and play for them. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want their teammate to stop and hold hands and cry without finishing the game. Guys, I want you to think about that. I really do want you to think about that. Try to put yourself in the situation. Really think about how competitive a person is, especially an athlete. Think about that. Think about what you would want. Don't think about what you think he or she would want in that situation. Think about you and put yourself in that situation. I'm being serious. And then think about the question he asked the doctor once he was able to write. Who won the game?